friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use my 2026 pre-drawn digital bullet journal. This 2026 digital planner has 200 pages of hand-drawn art. I created all the artwork myself based on my very own personal bullet journal themes, so I hope you guys love this one. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you how I use this planner in Goodnotes. Of course, you can use a lot of other different note-taking apps out there, but Goodnotes is the one that I'm familiar with. This planner will be available on my Etsy shop, so as soon as the listing is live, I'll be adding that link to the description below. This planner is available in two different versions. One where it's split into 3 parts for those of you who have the free version of Goodnotes, so that to keep it under the file size limit. And the other is a full version available for those of you who have the paid Goodnotes and you want to import the entire journal at once. I will get into more of that in details in this video later. So now let's get right into it. So when you open up your iPad, start by opening up the Goodnotes app. Goodnotes has a paid version, but as you can see, I just have the free version, and I've created my planner so that you don't need to have the paid version of Goodnotes. Of course, if you have the paid version, you can obviously use that as well. So you can see in the free version of Goodnotes, you can have up to 3 notebooks at a time. When you've purchased the planner, you will get files that look like this. There will be 3 parts, and they have to be split into 3 files to keep the file size under the free Goodnotes file size limit. So there's 4 months in each part, and then there's 2 sticker files as well. So in Goodnotes, we're going to go New, Import, and then we're going to select the files that we want to import. You can import multiple at a time. I'll just import all of these 3 to show you what they look like. You can also go directly from the files, and you can select them here, Share, and bring them straight into Goodnotes from here. So I'm going to import all 3 of these into Goodnotes and click Open. They're going to show up here, and then you can open any one you want. So let's start by opening part 1. This is what the planner looks like. You can click on this button here and you can see all of the pages that you have in this document. So because this is part 1, this covers the introductory portion as well as the first 4 months of the year up to April. If you uncheck this, then you can use your pen to just scroll. If you turn this on, you'll be marking up and drawing. So I'm going to start by showing you all the different spreads we have in this part. It starts with this introductory part where you can set goals and reflections for the year. There's also this really fun year in frames page where you can do little doodles or paste pictures that you've taken from each month. There's a brain dump space, and then it gets into the monthly spreads. Each month has a cover page, a 2-page calendar spread, a habit tracker, a mood tracker, and then some of them have a gratitude log, some of them not, depending on the layout of the month, and then it gets into the weekly spreads. Everything is hyperlinked on the side, so for example, on each monthly spread page, you can link to the calendar, habit, moods, weeks, etc. So you can jump to any page in the month. From here, we can jump to habits, etc. From the monthly cover page, you can jump to any other month. So from January, you can jump to February. From February, you can jump back to January. And once you're in February, you can jump within February. So everything is hyperlinked to help you navigate very easily and to help you get through different months in the planner without having to go all the way back or search for the page. Let me show you the other parts now. Part 2 covers May to August. Again, we've got the calendars, the trackers, and all the weekly spreads. Everything is hyperlinked as well, so you can navigate very easily. From June, you can navigate to July. All of the themes are hand-drawn as well. I created everything digitally and laid it all out myself. So these are all based on my bullet journal themes from this year. And finally, let's have a quick look at part 3. This covers the months of September to December. So you can see some months have a notes page, other months have a gratitude page, and it just depends how the month is laid out. For example, October starts kind of late in the week. So if the month starts earlier in the week, there's no space for a gratitude page. So it just depends on the layout of the month. Some months have a gratitude page and others have a notes page. And that is the layout of the whole planner. So again, if you have the paid version of Goodnotes, you can get the file all in one, so you don't have to have 3 parts. If you have the free version, upload all these 3 parts. First things first, we have the introductory page. I'm going to start by tapping here, and I'm going to grab the pen tool, and I'm going to use this blue color, and I'm just going to write my name over here. Then first of all, we have the introductory setup portion. In this part, we have goal setting, and I've created 3 categories already, but I'm going to create 2 more. We've got personal, career, wellness. I think I'm going to put finances and mental. Okay. And then in there you could write and work on your goal setting for the year. Then we've got this reflections page. Again, things to check out. I've put 2 categories, music and restaurants, but you may want to check out, I'm not sure, travel, ideas, and movies, for example. And then you could make lists of things that you want to check out that you kind of don't want to forget for later in the year. And you can also come back to this page later on throughout the year and see how you're doing on your goals and if you have checked out the things that you mentioned over here. Then we've got this really fun year in frames page. What I had envisioned for this page is every month you could either do a little doodle that represents what you did in that month, or you could import pictures as well. You have this picture icon over here, and you can go from photos, and you can actually import a photo straight into Goodnotes. So you could paste that in month. And you could paste a picture for each month representing something fun that you did or some memorable activities that happened in that month. Now let's dive right into a monthly setup. So the way this is set up is that first you have a cover page and then you have a goals page on the side. So you might want to start by setting your goals. Again, I'm going to grab the pen tool. There's different thicknesses over here. I'm using this blue color, but I think for this setup, I'm going to go with pink. And I'm going to write down some goals. I want to exercise, eat healthy, journal, let's say. So you could write them down over there. Then when it comes to coloring, I mean, you have a lot of different tools here. Of course, you have the pen tool. I myself like to use the highlighter tool. And I'm going to color some of these clouds. So you've got your thickness here. If you tap on it, you can adjust it manually so you can get more custom range of thickness. You can choose the colors they've set up here, or you can always go to custom and pick your own colors here. Okay, but I'm just going to go to the presets and I'm going to choose this baby pink, and I'm just going to color in the cloud. And as long as your pen doesn't lift off the page, you will get this clean wash of color. As soon as you lift off the page, now you're adding a second layer. Okay, and so just be aware of that, but it's a really handy way to build up the color. You can kind of add color like this. I'm going to grab this baby blue as well, and I'm going to just blend over here just to add a kind of ombre effect, and you can color like that. You also have some washi tapes over here, so you can check out the different tapes that they have and you can pick your thickness of tape. This is a really fun feature, and you can select different tapes that they have here. So let's say I want to use this tape as well. I'm going to go for a wider one here, and I'm going to layer it right on top. Yeah, super fun, and you can paste a few of these. So once you're happy with your cover page, let's move on now to the next spread. The next spread is this calendar page, and again, you can use the pen and highlighter tool to do whatever you need to do in this spread. I like to use the highlighter, and I'll just go in and highlight the top bar. Again, don't lift off your pen until you're ready to apply the next layer of color. A really nice thing about Goodnotes is that it automatically brings the text to the front, so even though you colored on top of the writing, that stays sharp and clear in the front. Okay. Then I'm going to grab my pen again, and I'm going to use a thinner pen this time, and you can write directly in the calendar different plans that you have. Moving on to the next spread, now we have this habit and mood tracker, and I get questions all the time about how to use this, so let me explain it very well here. First of all, let's start with the habit tracker. I like to color in the top bar first. That is just for fun, but you can start with that. Then I'm going to grab the pen, and I'm going to just use black over here, and I'm going to write in habits I want to work on. So maybe it's exercise and drinking water. And then every day that you achieved or you did those habits, you color it in. So let's go back to the highlighter. I'm going to use pink for this one. And let's say on the first day of January, you exercised and you drank water. Then on the second day, you didn't exercise, but you did drink water. On the third day, you exercised, but you didn't really drink much water. On the fourth day, you exercised and you drank water, and so on. And throughout the month, you'll do that every day for all the habits that you have here. And by the end of the month, you'll have a really nice visual of how much you worked on these habits. Moving on to the mood tracker now. We have a little doodle for every day of the month, and you're going to first start by setting up 4 moods here. So we're going to assign a different color to each mood. So we've got pink, let's do blue, and pro tip is choose colors that match your theme. So I'm going to pick purple, and let's pick this darker pink. And then we're going to assign a different mood to each one. So let's say happy, sad, excited, and tired. Okay. And then on each day of the month, you're going to color in the doodle based on how you felt. So let's say on the first day of January, let's face it, it's the morning after New Year's Eve, so you're probably pretty tired. Let's color that in. Grab my highlighter again. I'm going to color that in for the tired color. Then on the second day of the month, let's say you were excited. We're going to grab the excited color and color that in. On the third day of the month, let's say you felt happy. Grab the happy color and color that in. And you carry that on for every day in the month. And by the end of the month, just like the habit tracker, you'll have this all colored out and you'll have a nice visual representation of your moods throughout that month. Next, we've got the gratitude tracker. Again, not every month has this, but how you use it when you have it is you've got a line for each day of the month. So for January, we've got 31. And every day, you'll just come here and write down one thing you're grateful for. So on the first day of the month, it might be, let's say, friends, good friends. On the second day, maybe you feel grateful for nice weather. Or whatever resonates with you. It can be absolutely anything that you feel grateful for. It's just a great way to check in and show gratitude and appreciate the things that we do have. Then we've got all of the weekly spreads. This kind of acts like a planner, so you just write down whatever you need to write down each day. You have a note space on every spread for every week, any extra notes that you need to write in. Of course, you can be coloring all the fun doodles as you go through the month. And that's how this planner works. Every month has the same format. Every month has the cover page, followed by the calendar, the trackers, and sometimes gratitude, and then followed by all of the weekly spreads. Now I'm going to show you how to use the stickers that were included in this package. I'm going to delete these two so that I can import the stickers because we've reached the limit for the free version. So we're going to go here and I'm going to select these two, just going to move them to the trash. And then don't forget to go to the trash here and empty the trash. Otherwise, it will still count towards your limit. So now we only have one in here, and I'm going to go back to my files over here, and I'm going to select the sticker files and bring these into Goodnotes. I'm going to import that as a new document. Okay, and there's 2 new documents in here. The first sticker file is kind of basic stickers that you might want to use. And the second sticker files are just more stickers. Everything is hand-drawn. Again, I created all of these by myself. Just some really fun stickers that you may want to paste, some kind of emojis, some labels, and just some fun little doodles that I created. What I'm gonna do is tap on these 3 dots, and we're gonna split view. You don't have to do this, I just find this convenient. So we're gonna open up another Goodnotes, and let's open up the stickers over here. I like to just have it side by side. I find it easier, but you don't have to do this. I'm gonna go to a weekly spread here. And I want to use some of these stickers and paste them over here. We're going to come over here and use this lasso tool. Draw a circle around the sticker you want. Tap on that, click copy. Then you're going to come back to your page, click on this stickers button here, and then do a long hold and click paste. If you drew it over the border of another sticker, you're going to see that there's 2 that show up. You can just click on that one and then delete it. So click again and delete it. Now you have the sticker that you want. You can scale it, you can move it anywhere you want. Let's also grab this one here. I'm gonna copy that, long hold, paste, and now we have this fun ribbon that we can write inside. Let me show you the other stickers document now. So let me close this one and let's open up stickers 2. In the package that you received when you bought the planner, there was 2 sets of stickers. So this is the other one. And these are just really fun little doodles. I have these emojis that may be useful for you for the mood tracker. If instead of writing moods, you want to put emojis, you could use the sticker tool, grab your lasso, and just grab the ones that you like. We could paste over here for happy, maybe for sad. We've got this one. So you can use them this way. This is kind of a fun way to make your planner a little bit more visual. Okay, and then there's also a lot of other really fun stickers. So let's go back to our weekly spread here. And maybe on the Sunday, you know, you really want to focus on moving a bit slower. So let's grab the slow down sticker. Paste over here. And I just really like this pineapple. So let's grab this one too, just for fun. Copy that. Paste it over here. When you're done with the stickers, you can just close this, tap the 3 dots again and close this, and you'll get your full screen back. And that is an overview of how to use this digital planner. Once you have all the stickers set up, you can easily move them around, customize them to whatever size you want. You can color in all of the artwork here. You have all the hyperlinks on the side. Again, this is the 3-part planner for the free Goodnotes. If you have the paid Goodnotes, you can get the full planner to have it all in one space. And that is it. And that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really hope you guys do check out this digital planner. It's so much fun. It's like a coloring book and a planner all in one, and I worked so hard on it. I'm so proud of it. So thank you so much for your support, and I do hope you check it out. If you have any more questions about this digital planner, please leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to respond over there. And of course, hit that like and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll speak to you guys next time. Bye, friends.